is like a little micro review of a Ford Super Duty truck. So basically, I have to stay on this road because we're not allowed to get on the highways right there. So I have to basically stay right on this road, and I have to drive about 15 miles because I'm taking stuff from my old house to my new house. And some of you might say, oh, well, why don't you just get the professionals to move it? Well, the issue is there's a lot of stuff that I have that I don't even want them touching and I don't want them seeing. Like, as you know, I make lots and lots of gun videos and everything. So there is quote unquote stuff back there in some of these bins that I don't want anybody getting their hands on. I don't even want anybody knowing I got. Because, you know, the thing about it is you can't trust these people. They'll steal anything. And not only will they steal shit, but they also sometimes are incompetent and they have the tendency to break stuff too. So, oh look, that guy's got he's got like a B5 blue, I think that was a Scat. But anyway, I gotta sit on this road for 15 miles. 15 miles. It's like being a ice road trucker. It's like eastbound and down. So anyway, as far as trucks go, like, a lot of people accuse me of only like talking good about Dodge and not talking good about Ford. And you're absolutely right, because as far as I'm concerned, this truck's a piece of shit. The Dodge trucks have so much more space in it. And I also noticed that there's a lot of things about Ford cars that seem to carry over. Like, for instance, see how my legs are? Have this been a Dodge Ram? Because, and you know, I did a small review on the 2000, the brand newest Dodge Ram with the big touchscreen. The steering wheels go up higher. Like, one of the things that I've always hated about Ford is they've always made it so that their steering wheels don't telescope out as much, or they don't tilt as high as I want them to be. So, like, you think about it, if you're a big guy, which most truckers are, because, you know, when you're sitting down and you have a sedentary job like driving a truck, basically all you're really doing is you're moving shit back and forth from Walmart or whatever, and you're gaining weight. So big guys prefer Dodge products because Dodge products are just built bigger. And it's things just like this, like the way this freaking stupid telescoping steering wheel is, I can't get this thing any higher. Now, add to that the fact that these seats, because this is, you know, being used as a tow truck, add to that the fact that these seats don't have any ability to tilt back, and the majority of the bed back there is, it's so far forward that the cab, I mean, listen, if you're a little guy or something, or you're like a bunch of Mexicanos, it's like, yeah, y'all fit great in this. They could put 4 of you motherfuckers in here. The thing about it is, we're Americans, and Americans are morbidly obese and huge, and we need more space. And because we need more space, most of us are picking Dodge products. Like, you could say, hey, yeah, well, they won't last that well, and this, that, and other, but, you know, listen, that's whatever you think, but the thing about it is, Ford has just as many recalls as fucking Dodge does, and you already know that's true. But, as far as the interior goes, the new Dodge Ram, and I know this is like an older truck. In fact, I could probably see the, I'll check for the actual, what is it, the actual build date on this truck, and I'll put that in the review title. But the thing about it is, it's like so many pieces of these cars. Like, one thing I hate about Ford is everything is a goddamn block. Like, they got rectangular radios, even in the Mustangs. It's like, everything looks like Tinker Toy stuff. Now, granted, you know, Ford stuff will last a good long time, but the thing about it is there's nothing stylish about it. Nothing stylish at all. So as you can see, it has a tire pressure warning, and it's got a couple of basic things right here. And another thing I hate about this is when you get out of the car, it has that horrible Ford sing to you bullshit music, like when you have the Lincoln MKS or you have any of these Ford cars. And it goes dee-dee-doo, doo-doo, 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 and it makes you sound like you're crazy. Like one flew out of the cuckoo's nest. And I'm like, why the fuck is the car singing to me? All you gotta do is go bing, 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 just to warn me to close the door. But this singing thing is annoying. I hate that shit. It's like when you walk into a Chinese tea store and they've got like a doorbell to let you know that, you know, you're in there, and let them know to come help you. I hate that. I really, really, really hate that. This goddamn Nissan Maxima. So it's like, there's just certain things. It's like, I hate about Ford. I mean, I really hate certain things about Fords. I don't like the designs. I don't like the interior layouts. I don't like the fact the car sings to you and shit. I hate that. Oh, so that's an AT&T store. I was trying to figure out what they were going to put there because they just put some new stores there. See, this is Green Acres Mall. And unfortunately, they don't respect us enough to have an Apple store. So what I've been doing is I've been going on the online review sites and I've been trashing this mall and saying, yeah, I won't respect this mall until it gets an Apple store. Because until it gets an Apple store, it hasn't graduated into what I call cheap level. It's just not cheap enough. Yeah, you can have a Target and you know, you got everything else, but if you don't have an Apple store, to hell with you. You know, you got a Sears. That Sears is probably not going to close down. Even with Sears' restructuring bankruptcy, I really doubt that Sears will close down because they make good sales there. And then they got a Kohl's there too. But see, the problem is so many of these stores, they're selling the same shit. And because they're selling the same shit, it's like everybody's in competition with everybody else. And then you got Walmart out there, and Walmart will bankrupt you because they'll sell at a loss just to make sure that you can't make sales. Because Walmart's terrifying. Walmart will accept losses in some of their departments by marking certain things down just to make themselves like unbeatable. You know, those guys, you can't mess with Walmart. Walmart will turn your lights out. So anyway, back to the truck. The rental agreement is $20 an hour, and I think it's $20 for the first 75 minutes. Why they couldn't just say 2 hours, I don't know. But it's $20 an hour for the first 75 minutes. After that, it's like if you really need the thing like 4 hours, it costs like $80. And when you actually take the truck out, there's a $50 deposit on your credit card. And you know, it's a pretty fair rate, I'll say. And especially if you just have some things to move yourself, because like for instance nowadays, you know, people have these little shitty Lexuses, and the problem is they need some more space. And like they want to carry around a television or they want to carry around a couch or whatever, and they just don't have the space to do that. So, you know, being able to lease or borrow a truck for a short period of time is, you know, absolutely necessary. Like, let's say if I had a boat like this guy and I wanted to drag my boat around and show everybody how rich I am, then, you know, I would need something to tow my boat. So a truck like this is very good for towing the boat. And one thing, you know, with these V8 Triton motors that Ford has, because these are V8s and, you know, I'm not towing a whole lot of mass. I basically have, I'd say I have about maybe 700 pounds back there. And that's not that much because the over the limit, I think, is more than 1,000 or something like that. But these engines, once you get them up to speed, they coast at 50 miles per hour pretty well. This guy. Oh, there's 3 of them in there, and they got a boat. The boat is called the Striper, because if I'm not mistaken, stripper, like as in like a nude dancer, I think that's with 2 P's, but I could be wrong. Striper. It's a striper. Okay. Maybe that's some type of fish, I don't know. I don't know anything about boating, so don't insult me. And by the way, some people are watching my channel about the video I posted yesterday. Let me clarify. That video, there's like a Chinese clothing company, and they're paying me money because, as you know, like on my YouTube, I'm making like $2,000 every single month, and sometimes more than that, right? So basically, as I've complained, the Chinese manufacturers, they send me free stuff. Like they've sent me like car HID bulbs, they've sent me refrigerators and stuff. They've sent me stuff to review, and I get paid money to do that, right? So basically, this time they gave me a video that they wanted me to post for their Black Friday sale, and obviously they pay me money on the side, and I got to basically build my YouTube channel any way I can. Like, some people are mostly focused on just getting subscribers. Me personally, I don't focus on getting subscribers. They come as they may. I'm only focused on making money, because $2,000 a month, like last month I cashed out $2,500 because I had gotten extra revenue share for that video that I made about the Jeep versus the Hoonigan, because that video, for whatever reason, has like gained in popularity, and then some of my South Korea videos, they gained in popularity. So I was getting a lot of money last month, And in order to make sure that you keep getting checks like that, you have to make these partnerships. Sometimes that means that you're posting content that you may not be comfortable with or that you may not completely agree with. In this case, that video that I posted yesterday about the plus size women and everything, well, basically understand that I only did that because it was part of my partnership agreement with the Chinese company. So even though I knew my page was going to get roasted over that shit, it's like I did it anyway, you know? So, you know, it's like you do what you got to do, you know? But I have to say, I'm very, very happy that the Chinese companies like using my channel to, what the hell is she eating? What the hell what are you doing, lady? I think she's eating like some kind of churro or something. Either that or she's smoking weed. I'm not really sure. What are you doing? Okay. So anyway, yeah, the Chinese companies have thoroughly embraced my channel and they keep sending me free products. Some of those I have installed, and I'll have installed in some of the car team members that I have at Team Moveover, and then I'll do reviews about them. And other things I keep for myself because, you know, sometimes they give me some really good materials and stuff and I get to keep them and they improve the quality of living in my households. But, yeah, that's basically it. So, you know, you got to make your partnerships. If you want to have a successful YouTube, you got to make partnerships. Because the subscriber base is really good and everything, but ultimately it comes down to views. And when, you know, I get like close to 500,000 views every single month, and I just passed 30 million views, and my viewership has been going up because of a couple of select videos that I have. So, you know, content is very, very, very important. And then, as you know, I don't do production stuff on my videos. Like, I don't add in music so I can avoid copyright fees. And as you know, I do my best to make sure that everything I post is monetized. So this way, even if it doesn't make money right away, it might make money later. And then I have like crazy amounts of royalties. Because basically I have almost 2,000 videos in my portfolio. And the royalties on some, even a lot of the older videos that I've done are amazing. Like sometimes I'm looking at my portfolio and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this video is still making money. And some of the videos, I can't believe they're making so much. So basically, you know, I just keep doing that and just keep doing what I'm doing. But, you know, that's just what it is. So I got to stay on this road. You see where that water tower is? Basically, that's Freeport. I got to drive another, what, maybe 4 or 5 miles or whatever. But it's pretty much a straight route. And then I have to do this exact same route coming back after I unload all this stuff. Yep. I just got started nice and early on Sunday morning. So this way there's like very few people on the road. And I can just get there and I can get right back and then hand them the truck back. And if I'm lucky, the fee that I charge will only be like less than 30 bucks. And if I really rush, I'll probably be able to make that 20 even, you know, because they said 75 minutes, but I think what I have to do is not going to take me really that long, so I just have to rush it. So far, so good. Finished unloading this thing. Now, it said low tire pressure. Fortunately, because it's a Ford, let's see what year this piece of shit is. Oh, this is a 2013. Yeah, well, that's no excuse. They should have had tire pressure monitoring. And they should tell you exactly which tire's fucked up. But because, you know, Ford likes to use those shitty LED gauges, it's like they don't really tell you much. And I'll also say this. The one thing that every single truck should have, regardless of make and model, is ultrasonic rear backup sensors. And because ultrasonic rear backup sensors are easy to install in just about anything, there's no reason why this truck shouldn't have either ultrasonic rear backup sensors or like a camera or something right back here. And they could have put that on. They could have put the ultrasonic sensors right where the lights are. They could have put it along the light line so that this way, you know, when you're backing up, you never run the risk of running into anything. But, I mean, this is a 2013. That was only a couple of years ago, for God's sakes. They've had ultrasound and all that stuff. Yeah, you hear it? Doesn't that shit drive you fucking crazy? God damn, that's annoying. And it keeps going too. So, but fortunately, you know, people who do buy these trucks, it's like they like them, and there's enough parts in circulation where the repairs, whoops, almost back to the Home Depot. Look right there, you got the old school Jeep SRT right there. Still a badass truck. It's amazing, like, the difference between my WK2 and those WK1s right there. Those are badass trucks right there. Yep. It's too bad Ford's not willing to do that. They're not willing to make a super Ford Explorer. But that would kind of sound a little bit boring. If I was in control of Ford, I'd probably make like an Explorer Raptor or something like that. Like, in fact, what I would do is I'd make Raptor like the entire line, and I'd overpower everything. So I'd have like a super Ford Explorer, and I'd have like a super Ford Focus, and I'd have a super Taurus or whatever that bullshit is. And then on top of that, like, I'd have like a better Raptor truck, because everybody trying to go crazy over these Raptor trucks because they think they're fast. But, you know, if you tried to line that thing up against the old Viper SRT10, you'd get your ass handed to you. You know, and God forbid they put those new Hellcat motors in one of these damn things. Man, you'd get your ass handed to you twice. I guess Ford and GM guys are really angry at us SRT boys, because the thing about it is we've basically taken over all the car shows. It's like they've got nothing to show at this point. They've got the same boring old Corvette. They got the same boring Camaros. They got the same boring Mustangs. Meanwhile, we're showing up with four-door race cars. And we got race Jeeps and shit. It's like, I know they're upset. You don't even see people bothering to bring these BMWs and stuff. All you ever see is these boring-ass Mustangs. And these crappy Ford Explorers that the cops love. You know, I know they hate us. You know, it's Mopar, no car, baby. Okay, so let me turn that shit off. Let's see, here we are, back at the Home Depot. Notice how I can't see behind myself? Now, if you had these ultrasonic sensors, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And that's another one right there. They got another one right there. So I took out the first one, and then they got the other one right there. Yeah. Ford F-250. Okay. So now all I gotta do, turn my stuff, you know, and that's that. Oh my God, being in these things sucks. And that was the van I wanted to rent, but it turned out that it actually made more sense for me to just rent this thing right here. So, well, the lights are still on. Well, I turn the lights off. They should be off. It says it's off. This truck has 21,262 miles on it. They don't charge for mileage, but I was just interested to see if this thing had more than like 100,000 miles. It doesn't. Okay, and that's it. The Home Depot.